What's up, guys? I got a snare drum that I was at practice and it broke on me, so I'm gonna fix it. This is the snare drum that broke, so you can see. I'm not sure if you can see or not. Hear that? A little piece of the inside unscrewed, and I see both spots there. So rather than go and undo the bottom with the snares and everything, we're just gonna undo the top. We're gonna fix it real quick. Now, before we do that, let's double check the tone. So here it is with the snare off. All right, so this drum was sitting somewhere between a D sharp and an E. I've been recently tuning up my drums to about G. We're gonna see if we can go up a little bit and how that works out. But let's fix it first. Grab your drum key and let's start. I like to take off using one or two of the heads in opposite directions. Do a cross pattern. First four. Okay, now we go back. I like this Remo one. It's got the little rubber on it so you can grip it better. Yep, look how that thing spins. So this drum key, I forgot, is magnetic. So when you get it all the way to the end, the lug stays in key. I like to spin it by hand. This is a brand new head. It wasn't on there 6 months at my location where I practice with the band, so it doesn't get hit as often as the snare I have in my practice area behind me here. All right. Now's a good time to check the drum interior for anything that could be an issue. Clean it, make sure there's no debris. It's a really good line there. Okay, so my issue is the lug came out right there. So I'm just gonna put that back in and tighten it down. Now, I'm not taking that bottom head off. Let's just see what happens. Trying not to completely undo this drum. It's still got tension on it. I'm sure that's going to help a lot, but it's got to get it to stay. This one stay. You know, I'd be interested to know what the pounds per square inch of one of these suckers is supposed to actually be. That might explain. Maybe it just undid itself. Now the thing is also, if this one undid itself, there we go. And I don't want to undo the rest. Yeah, that one's a tight. That one loosen right up, huh? You know, we can go right through with a flathead. I got a Phillips head. We're gonna go right back through with a flathead. Got the flathead. Oh, which one was that? Was this one? Yeah, that's the guy. Good place that I go online to get this kind of stuff is DFD, which is Drum Factory Direct, and I don't mind giving them a shout out. I get all my lugs from them. I get everything I need for repair from them. They got a nice quality to them. You can get them nickel, you can get them chrome. Cheaping out and going like with like Stag or some of those other, I don't even know, like Groove Percussion. Don't do it. Don't do it. You're gonna be back at the same fix again, frustrating yourself in the middle of a gig. All right, so I'm just gonna go around inside this shell and just make sure all of them are good. All right, I just went around the entire inside of the shell, and I re-secured down all of these again. Some of them were a little looser, some were a little tighter. So when I was rebuilding this drum, I guess maybe my mistake, I didn't do it right. I didn't know what the, I didn't want to put too much pressure down on them, but so I had to just tighten them back down. And, you know, I don't know if I used white lithium on these or not. Probably maybe Loctite. I think that you should be using white lithium on those because you don't want those to back out. You want those to stay in there. So maybe there's like a certain type of Loctite that doesn't like, you know, I know there's grades of Loctite, but like maybe, you know, low, medium, and high. So maybe like a low or a medium Loctite, but we'll leave that for discussion. So Nick DiCongilio from Sweetwater had a video where he was recommending with some metal drums that if the sound's too bright and you can use a heavier head, and this was the one that he was suggesting without the dot. When I was at the store, the guy pulled this from the shelf. Unfortunately, mine came with the dot. I'll show it to you. I'm going to put my original head back on, but I just wanted to show you an option that he was talking about to tame some of the... So you can see that that's got the dot on there in the middle. That's what he was talking about. He didn't have that, but it's got the ring on the inside he was talking about. Dampening ring. Anyway, let's get back to this fix. Let's reinsert the head and let's tune it up. I like to put my head inside the rim. Find a spot between the edges. Now, to seat it, I go all the way around. May have moved a little bit. I just try to line it up with, in this case, the P for Premier, because I own some Premier stuff. This is not a crazy expensive model. It's an APK. Now, when I bought it, I didn't know it was an APK. It was used. I just wanted a metal snare, a chrome over steel, and so I got this one. It wasn't bad just until I started losing the tune. So we're gonna get on that and see what's up. So this is just self-explanatory. You can finger tight them one across the other, pairs, finger tight. But you get it to a certain spot and it gets so you can't do it no more. I move on to the next. Once they're all finger tight, just go around and double check them, because as you're putting the others on, some loosen up a little bit. I place something underneath to dampen the sound. That makes the tuning of just the top head now. Okay. All right, I just brought the top head up to around an F sharp or so. Now I could keep going to a G, but the bottom head was somewhere between a D sharp and an F, or a D sharp and an E rather. So I want to make sure I grab that bottom head and bring it up too. It's always helpful to have a very thin stick, or I wish I just had a dowel, but this is a 7A. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take it, I'm going to put it underneath the center where I have the most slack. I'm just going to support it there so I can get underneath there. Okay, I got the bottom nice and snappy. So we're going to flip it back over and then see where the top is again here. We'll go from there. Tune bot, and they want the bottom head at 398 for the G, and then for the top they want 266. So we're going to turn it off to clear it. There we go. No, we don't want that. Turn it off. Turn it back on. TuneBot wants the bottom head at 398. TuneBot wants the top head at 266. What I find is from there I have to finesse it. So let's get it to 266. 282. So we're all high. We're way high. Now we got that towel underneath to dampen the bottom, so we're just hitting the top. Oftentimes in the past, I've used a drum throne. Sat it on a drum throne. You can spin the drum throne as you go. 266. Okay. They're not going to be perfect. This one went down. I'm using my ear now. Now I'm going to drop it into a snare stand. Alright. I got isolation booty shakers on this. Really nice on recordings. The whole tone of the drum separated from the stand like they do with studio monitors. So it's saying it's a little on the shy part of the F sharp to the G. So now I bring it up to a G, and then we play with it. So our target note was 196 or G. We're close. So what I do is I go around the rim, and I just goes down. There it goes up again. So we're a little, it's settling, the head's settling. Feels good. It's alive. As you're getting it closer, you hear the metal. The shell, I think, puts out its own tone. Let's get that out of here. No dampening, of course. For the sake of argument, let's dampen it. The snare weight M1. Let's listen to it behind the kit. Okay, I put the drum inside the cradle. It's a little rough here. I know this, take that off for a minute. A lot of places make stuff. I like Tama's quick release. Okay. It's a metal snare. It's a chrome over steel. Sound. That's why they put dampening, I feel, on these metal snares. With a little dampening. Shuts that right down. I kind of like the open sound. One of the drummers I listened to, Jimmy Chamberlain, I was always impressed with his snare sound, and maybe there's a lot of processing in there. I'm definitely sure there is. That was the Ludwig, Superphonic or whatever he was that he was using, but I just liked the way it had that breathiness to it. It wasn't choked. You let that thing breathe, and the albums really put it in the forefront. I also take my snares and I make them just a little tight, so when I'm putting that throw off on, there's a little resistance. Before, when I first turned around, it was gravelly, it wasn't really tight. Those snares weren't engaging. Brand new drum again. Never change the snare wires out on this either. Usually I go with the Custom Pro Pure Sounds 20s, 24 depending. They make one with a strip of 4 out the middle for EQ balancing. I like those too, so I recommend the Pro Sounds. Not endorsed.